We are back once again, guys, right here on the channel. We're going to be talking about the Elimination Chamber. So we're going to be making our predictions for the Elimination Chamber. You know, the build hasn't really been all that exciting from what I can tell. So this pay-per-view could be a really crappy one. But with the matches that we have on the card, some of the matches we have on the card, I think we could be in for a good show. But then at the same time, we've got some pretty bad ones. So let's run down the match card. We've got the pre-show. Of course, the Cruiserweights have to be put on the pre-show. We've got Buddy Murphy defending the Cruiserweight Championship against Akira Tozawa. I have no idea why they've given Akira Tozawa a push for some weird reason. But they have. Got no problem with that, but I'm just saying it's a pretty weird thing to see that Tozawa, you know, he's been irrelevant for so many years, so now all of a sudden they're just giving him a title shot. You know, Tozawa's not going to win anyway. Buddy Murphy, you can't stop the unstoppable, and Buddy Murphy will continue to be unstoppable up until WrestleMania, because I'm pretty sure he'll lose his championship once we hit WrestleMania. So Buddy Murphy is going to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. Why? Because you can't stop the unstoppable. The Miz and Shane McMahon versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I still don't care about this pairing with Miz and Shane. I don't know why people... I'm not saying everyone, but I reckon there would be people out there that like this pairing. I don't. I think it's a really dumb pairing, and you know, it's stupid. To be honest, it's really, really stupid. So honestly, I hope the Usos win the SmackDown Tag Team titles, because we need a legit tag team holding those belts. WWE cannot bury two of their top tag teams to Shane McMahon. They cannot bury two of them to this stupid team of Miz and Shane McMahon. This has to be the night where Miz or Shane turn on one another. Because I'm honestly really, really bored of this team, and they don't deserve it. They don't deserve to be champions. But I hope the Usos send them to the Uso Penitentiary. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. And apparently this match got changed to a no disqualification match. Why does this match need to be called a no disqualification match? What's so important about these two that's going to make it a no disqualification match? What, you're just going to throw... What, is the reason because they're going to get Drew McIntyre in there? I mean, seriously, like, how freaking predictable can you be? That's most likely what's going to happen. Because of the no disqualification ruling, they're probably just going to have Drew McIntyre come in and probably help Baron Corbin. Help out Baron Corbin. It's stupid. I don't... Like, these two don't need the no disqualification. These two don't need it. Why do they need it? They don't need it. It's really dumb to me. It's one of the worst decisions, I think. I think that's one of the worst decisions I've seen in a long time, but Braun Strowman, he's going to win. Braun Strowman is going to win, and the monster among men is going to put down the Lone Wolf. We've got Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. I mean, let's be honest here. Does anyone? And I mean, show of hands, who thinks Ruby Riott is going to win the Raw Women's Championship? No one. No, of course not. You're not going to raise your hand, because Ruby Riott has a 0.00000 chance of winning the Raw Women's Championship. She's only placed in this match just to give Ronda something to do, because we can't have a pay-per-view without Ronda. We can't have a pay-per-view without Ronda now. It's bad enough that we had every pay-per-view with Roman Reigns, but now we can't have a single pay-per-view without Ronda. Ronda's been on every pay-per-view since her arrival, outside of Backlash and Chamber last year. Outside of those two pay-per-views, she's been on every pay-per-view since. But yeah, Ruby Riott stands no chance here. Ronda Rousey is obviously going to win. No questions about that. This match was just put together because they just wanted to get Ronda on the show. That's it. Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Now, one person made a report saying that Kevin Owens could possibly return in this match and aid Finn Balor to victory. Now, I don't know how to feel about that. Look, it makes sense. It makes sense. I get it. It makes a lot of sense because Bobby Lashley injured Kevin Owens. Yes, I understand. It makes a whole lot of sense. I know why people have said this. But, I mean, is Kevin Owens as a babyface even something you want to see? I mean, Kevin Owens, he's like Raw's version of Miz. To me, he's like Raw's version of Miz. Like, you can't have him do the other thing because... what if he's not good at it? What if Kevin Owens isn't really that good at being a babyface? We don't know if he's capable of being a face. I could accept Kevin Owens more as a face more than The Miz, but I feel like this is a pretty weird thing to do. To me, I think it's a bit weird to see Kevin Owens help somebody else, because people have said Kevin Owens and Finn Balor are best friends in real life. Well, of course they are. Of course they are. Is there ever a wrestler in real life that are not friends with each other? I mean, seriously, why are people surprised, oh, these wrestlers are friends? Of course they're friends. This ain't Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. This ain't Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart situation. Come on, guys. We're not surprised Kevin Owens is good friends with people, because Kevin Owens is a decent guy in real life. But yeah, I think it's a bit of a weird thing to do, to have Kevin Owens jump in and aid Finn. But again, like I said, I understand why that would be done. I understand why it would be done and why it'd be said, because it makes sense. But I just don't see it happening. Do I want Finn Balor to win the Intercontinental Championship? Yes, absolutely. I think Finn Balor finally deserves a title run. Enough of this shit. It's time to give Finn Balor a championship. I am over of Finn Balor going through multiple years of being on the main roster, not having a championship. It's time for WWE to put their faith in Finn Balor, give him the Intercontinental Championship. If you want Kevin Owens to jump in and make the save for Finn Balor, then go ahead. Go ahead and do that. It's not going to bother me. It's not going to bother me. I don't really care. If that's what the reports have said, and if that's what people believe that's going to happen, well, we'll just see if KO becomes a babyface for the very first time. So I am predicting Finn Balor to win the Intercontinental Championship. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, and Kofi Kingston for the Daniel Bryan WWE Championship. Because that's what the title is. It's the Daniel Bryan one. Daniel Bryan's WWE Championship. Whatever, same thing. WWE Championship. You know, I've been hearing a lot of reports about Luke Harper. I've heard a lot of reports about Luke Harper possibly returning as well. So some people believe because Eric Rowan is, well, the new Eric Rowan. The new Eric Rowan is with the new Daniel Bryan. So a lot of people think Luke Harper will join up with Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan, and we look at the new Luke Harper. Why not add Brie Bella? Why not add Brie Bella? She's freaking Daniel Bryan's wife. Why not have her there instead? I don't care, but I'm just saying, why can't you just do that? Instead of just having her on Total Bellas every freaking time, but all the bloody time. But yeah, I do see Daniel Bryan winning this match. I don't see Styles, Hardy, Orton, Joe, or Kingston winning. I see Daniel Bryan winning. Maybe we see Samoa Joe and then Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Maybe we see Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna see, but I believe Daniel Bryan is going to be the WWE champion to WrestleMania because he deserves it. And finally, guys, we're going to talk about this. And I'm going to make a bold prediction. This match is going to be the main event. I'm predicting the Women's Tag Team Championships to be the main event. I don't think it will, but I'm predicting this match will be the main event. We got Nia Jackson, Tamina, the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, and Boss Hug Connection, Bayley and Sasha Banks, and Fabulous Glow, Naomi and Carmella. These 6 teams will battle it out inside the chamber for the tag team titles. And I wonder who. I could only wonder who is going to start the first ever women's tag team elimination chamber match. Oh, I can't wait to find out who's going to be starting. Oh, we already know who's starting, don't we? Oh yeah, that's right, because of those bullshit matches that we had a few weeks ago. We already know who's starting. Boss Hug Connection and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Great job, WWE, for telling us who's going to start. Now we know who's going inside the pods. Honestly, I don't freaking care. Like, this stuff is stupid. I should have mentioned this with the men's chamber. Randy Orton's coming out last. Like, does anybody really care about that? It's stupid. It's stupid to have Randy Orton come out last because the Elimination Chamber is supposed to be, you know, it's supposed to be a surprise. It's supposed to be a surprise. Like, that's the whole thing about the Elimination Chamber. It's unpredictable. It's a surprise. It's random. We don't know who's coming out. But sure, the pods for the women's match is random. We don't know who will be coming out last. We know who's starting. But still, it still takes away the surprise in the chamber because we know who's starting. You know, I've been looking at rumors and reports on who people think are going to win this match. A lot of people are saying the Boss Hug Connection. They should become the inaugural women's tag team champions. I'm going to disagree with you on that. I'm going to disagree with you people on that. Why do I think they should not be the inaugural tag team champions? Because it's predictable. It's a predictable outcome. I mean, honestly, guys, it's the most predictable thing you would ever do. Like, looking at this match on paper, everyone's gonna say, Bayley and Sasha, Bayley and Sasha, Bayley and Sasha, Bayley and Sasha. Everyone is gonna look at this match, and they'll be like, oh yeah, Bayley and Sasha, because they're the ones that are more believable. Naomi and Carmella, they're just a random team. The Iconics, they're jobbers. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, oh yeah, they're decent, but they're not ready. Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, oh yeah, stuff them. Nia and Tamina, oh, we hate them. You know, everyone's just going to look at this match and they'll be like, oh yeah, Sasha Banks and Bayley, Sasha Banks and Bayley, Sasha Banks and Bayley. To be honest with you, I'm not going to say Sasha Banks and Bayley, Sasha Banks and Bayley, Sasha Banks and Bayley. Do you want to know who I'm going to go for in this match? I'm going to take the unpredictable route. I'm going to take the unpredictable surprise route. I am going to predict the Iconics to win this match. Not just because they're Australians. Not just because they're Australians, even though I love them to death because they're from Australia, but that's not the reason why I'm picking them. The reason why I am picking them is because, well, it's a surprise. It's a surprise. People wouldn't see it coming. And they haven't been pinned 2 straight weeks. They didn't get pinned 2 straight weeks on SmackDown Live. We had two triple threat women's tag team matches. Mandy Rose pinned Naomi, and Naomi pinned Mandy Rose. The Iconics haven't been pinned since. They haven't been pinned. So they've been very well protected. Oh, you're going to say the same thing about Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan? Oh, they didn't get pinned in that triple threat tag this week. Honestly, that really doesn't matter to me. Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, as far as I'm concerned for the Riot Squad, I just want them to break up. That's all I want from them. But yeah, I know Sasha Banks and Bayley or Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville will probably win. One of those two will probably win. But I'm going to go with a stab in the dark, and I'm going to say the Iconics, because not only because they're Australians, well, actually I said it's not because they're Australians, but it's because I feel like if you take the unpredictable route, people will be surprised. Because this is the stuff that I liked back in the day. Unpredictability, surprising. Everybody expects this person to win, but then instead the other person who they thought had no chance in hell to win ends up pulling out the win, and they're surprised. One more thing before I go. There's one more thing I want to talk about this match in particular before I end the video. There's something that I think we should talk about, and that is how this match is going to work through elimination wise. What happens when someone gets pinned or taps out. Now, we know how these elimination matches go. When one team is eliminated, when one person from the team is eliminated, the entire team gets eliminated. WWE cannot afford to do that. WWE cannot afford to do that. What WWE needs to do. Okay, for example, we'll use the 2 tag teams that are starting. Boss Hog Connection and Mandy and Sonya. We'll use these 2 as the example because they're starting. If Mandy Rose pins Sasha Banks gets eliminated, but Bayley stays in the match. If Bayley pins Sonya's eliminated, Mandy stays in. What I'm saying is that just because one person from the team is eliminated doesn't mean the entire team should be eliminated. Because what if there's a moment in the match where we get a stupid bullshit moment like a squash? Like the Riot Squad come in and then Liv Morgan gets pinned immediately and the entire team is eliminated and Sarah Logan doesn't do a thing. Now, I know the entire team goes in when the pod calls them open, but what if Liv Morgan gets pinned immediately, Sarah Logan doesn't get a chance to react to Morgan being pinned, and then the entire team's eliminated because Liv Morgan got a quick pin because someone quickly pinned Liv Morgan. That would be completely unfair and unnecessary. That stuff shouldn't be happening in this chamber. This is the first ever chamber match. You need to do things correctly. None of this bullshit. One person gets eliminated, the entire team's gone. Same thing with Tamina and Nia Jax. Everyone's going to gang up on them because they're the bigger threats in the match. But there's no reason for one person to be eliminated, one person to get pinned, the entire team gets eliminated. Because it's complete bullshit to me. Because if Billie Kay gets pinned, Peyton Royce deserves to stay in there and continue the fighting on for her team. So there's no reason for one of them to get pinned, but then the entire team's gone. I think that's bullshit. So WWE needs to do the right decision here. Make it one person eliminated. So like I said, I'll use the example again. But this time I'll do it the other way around. If Mandy Rose pins Bayley, Sasha Banks stays in. If Sasha Banks eliminates Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose stays in, but Sonya Deville's eliminated. You have to beat the person you have to beat the team one by one to completely eliminate them. There's no reason to have, like I said, Liv Morgan get pinned when the Riot Squad get called in, and then they're immediately eliminated because Liv Morgan got pinned in like 10 seconds. To me, there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that, and I think it's unfair and unnecessary to do. So that's everything. So that's everything, guys, about the Elimination Chamber. I hope you people enjoyed this video. So like I said, I am predicting the Iconics to win the Chamber match because I'm going different. I'm going different. So thank you all so much for joining. Hit that thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. Comment your opinions down below, and also comment your predictions, who you think is going to win each match as well. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and be sure to follow me on my social media as well. Thank you all so much for joining, and I'll see you all in my next video, the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. See you then.